What's up, y'all? It's me and Vets. Y'all gotta understand one thing, guys. I just got done watching that video, and it brought back memories. It flashbacked in the mug. So now Jerry is not doing good at all. So flashbacks came back again. So I couldn't watch the video all the way through. And I saw myself in there, and I'm like, I'm hearing the pipes, I'm hearing the car, and I had to turn the video off. So, flashbacks. It's not a good thing to get in those cars. I don't think I want to drive one. Because one guy texted me, asked me, did I want to drive his car? I'm like, what kind of car is it? And he said, it was a track car. I said, no, you drive it yourself. I think it was a guy at one of the dealerships asked me to come by and drive. And I told him, no, it's not going to happen. I said, call someone else to drive it for you because I can't do it. I'm like, I'm running the temperature. You know, my eyes still keep on going. I was in the bathroom for like 2 hours. 2 hours I was in the bathroom. And nothing will come out. And I know I told you guys to drink some vegetable oil, cooking oil, and I did. Maybe a little cup like that. Swallow it down. Gave myself no more than 5 minutes. And it didn't work. It didn't work. So I had to go back and get another cup. I looked it up on Google. It said warm it up. Ding, ding, okay. So I warmed it up. Drunk a cup of it again. This time, everything came out. So I had to catch my stomach, reach back down and get it back in, push it back in to get my stomach to come back up. So I got it in. My stomach came back, but it just don't feel good down there, guys. And it just didn't feel good at all. So I'm like, CJ really messed me up in that car, guys. A lot of people might say it's good to ride in that car to feel it. But you guys don't understand. I wanted to be behind the driving wheel. Maybe it could have changed something, but it did not change. So I couldn't get to the driver's side. I want to be over there, see exactly what it feel like. But I was on the passenger side, so he put me on the passenger side for 2 times ride in the car. And that really fucked me up. It got me really bad. So when I did left, guys, I went around the corner and I got by the hospital, and jumped out the car, got on my knees and I prayed right there in front of the hospital. But I said, lawsuit, we were not going to go in this hospital because it would have been embarrassed. It was like, sir, where's your belly? It's in my ass, And they probably would have left me right up out that emergency room, and I didn't want to go through that. I knew x-rays would have came in and stuff. They would have been like, whoa, this is a nice picture. We're going to keep a picture of it with you on it. And I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. So I jumped back in my car and I drove away from the hospital. It took me 20 minutes to get to the house. So I had to hold myself and drive 20 miles per hour to say I'm going to get there safe, and hoping that my stomach did not get lost. So I didn't go to work today. I stayed at home because too many memories. Guys, I couldn't even close my eyes at nighttime because I felt like I was on a roller coaster. And I'm like, I can't go to sleep. So I tried to drink some coffee, and take some sleeping pills or something to help me out. And that doesn't work. It doesn't work. So maybe I'm gonna stay away from the Triclops for a while, guys. I don't want to wash those cars. It's gonna hurt me bad. So I just want to apologize to you guys out there, man. But when I left, I flew down that street. I just barely made a stop at the stop sign just to make that turn. And I was like no more than about 3 minutes away from the emergency room to get in and try to see what's going on. But I did not make it in. I said, well, Jerry, you're going to have to drive all the way back home and just go ahead and do what you got to do. But like I said, guys, I was in there for 2 hours in the bathroom and I couldn't get it out. You know, it would not pop back up. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't pop back up. So the vegetable oil did work, but it felt like it still wanted to sink down in my stomach. So I said, no, we're not going to drive a car at all. We're not going to drive it. We're going to stay home from work today, Jerry. We're going to stay home from work, and we're not going to think about it. You know, put on a TV and put on some cartoons or something, but the cartoon has some fast cars too, so I had to turn it off. I had to get away from the TV set and stare at the walls. Even though I did stare at the walls, but you still felt it. You know, when you land down, you can feel it, so I had to sit up in the bed just not to feel it. But guys, it hurts, guys. I can't do it no more. And to tell you guys the truth, like I said, Lost with Jerry cannot stand roller coaster rides, you know, especially when my father took me to a place that was out here in Illinois, in Romeoville. And he put me on this one ride that goes around in a circle, but the seat that you were sitting in, it spins around too. And when that happened, it was my brother, my younger brother, my sister, inside that little cup when that sucker took off, you know. And next minute we doing this really fast, you know. And next minute Lost Jerry was biting on his brother. I bit his shoulder off because I could not handle that speed. And soon as I got off of that sucker, my father was like, well, what's going on over there? He said, well, Jerry bit me, man. He said, I can't have Jerry sitting next to me no more because Jerry bit me. He said, what seemed to be the problem? It was just the speed. So then I said, Dad, I get on the roller coaster, you know. He was like, okay, we'll get on the roller coaster. And my father never did get on the roller coaster with me. He always put me on the roller coaster with my brothers and sisters. So my young brother would not sit next to me on that ride, and my sister wouldn't either. So it's my older brother, King, and my second older brother, Kent. So they put me in the middle of the roller coaster, and they held me down. So when that sucker went up, it was okay, but when that sucker came down, my stomach dropped. And next minute, I was biting everybody that was sitting next to me. So I ended up biting every damn body that was next to me on the roller coaster. And my father asked the guy, please stop that machine. But the guy could not stop until the ride was over. So when I got off, what happened to Lost with Jerry? Age of 12, I think I was. I ended up fainting. Yeah, I fainted. Because when I woke up inside of an ambulance. So that's the way I felt when I was in the car with CJ. I wanted to grab him by his collar really bad. You know, and tell him, hey, stop the car. I will walk back. I don't care how many miles I'm away from the clubhouse. I will walk back. Even though it was nice and warm outside, I could have lost 10 pounds just by walking back. But I didn't want to walk back because my stomach ended up dropping. So I couldn't walk. Otherwise, you walking down the street, all you get is just moving around. No, I don't want that. So I'm glad he gave me a ride back. But when I got back, I ran. First, I went to the garbage can and I threw up. And then I walked back past by him and I kept walking faster than the car was rolling. So I got in my car, forgot to put on my seatbelt, and got out of there quick. So light was red. I ended up running the light. I had to get away from the clubhouse. It jacked me up. But Pops, I understand. You guys can drive that car that fast, you know, because you're driving it. You're behind the wheel. But the person that's not behind the wheel, sitting on the person's side, is getting all the bad treatment. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't sit there and move a pedal. There's no pedal there. He can't hit no brakes because there's no pedal there. You know what I'm saying? There's no steering wheel. So it really did mess me up really bad, guys. It messed me up really bad. Tylenols could not fix me. You know? There was nothing else that can fix me. You know? But to stay away from those track hawks. I wish he'd go out and buy a station wagon or Volkswagen or something that's don't have that type of speed. Those type of cars, you got to take it in. You got to bury those cars underneath the ground. It's not made for the streets. So I'm hoping that I don't have to last this long going through this. I hope I get over it one day. I hope I do get over it one day. But it seems like it's not going anywhere. So I look at cars out here and stuff, I'm okay. But as soon as I see a track hawk, what could happen? I want to go to the car show, but I'm not going to make it because I might freak out even worse. It's not going to work. I get a feeling that someone out there is not going to help me. So I need to get over that fear. You know what I'm saying? I need to get over that fear. And just, I can't do it, guys. I've been like this all my life, guys. This fast speeds just messes me up. But when I'm on the car, on the highway going out of town, I'm only driving like 65, maybe 85. I'm not trying to bury the needle. I can't. I'm afraid. So, I can't get out there and drive that high-speed car. I can't do it. But Bill Kevins, you know, I seen the video when you dropped it. On my video, it was fine. But I know you're going to drop one of CJ's video when I was in the car with him. I'm not going to watch that video. I can't do it, my friend. I can't do it. Because it's just going to bring back memories, man. I'm sitting there doing this. I'm hanging on tight, guys. I'm hanging on tight. And he talking about don't touch the leather, man. Ding, ding, ding. Hello, I got to grab something. We feel like we on a roller coaster. Lucky you were so far over in the driver's side, I couldn't reach over there and get to you. So every time you slowed down, Jerry made a little something move, but I couldn't get to him because he took off again. I don't blame him. He didn't want to get bit either, you know. He didn't want to get bitten on, you know, but I wanted to grab him so bad that I couldn't. Because as soon as I let go the door handle, you know, trying to move over slowly, he takes himself off again, and Los Jerry was like, bam. And every time y'all saw me doing this, moving up, my stomach was falling deeper into my ass. It was getting so deeper that I could not pass gas. I could not pass gas. And I knew I had gas before I even got in the car with him, but I could not pass it out. It would not come. So that's how I knew it was clogged up with my stomachs and down there. And it wasn't loose enough for me to pass. So if I was trying to pass gas, what happened? Your stomach get further deeper down inside there. I just couldn't do it, guys. So, you know, like I said, CJ, man, I'm sorry, guys. You and Marty, you know. But, my temperature's getting crazy again, guys. But like I said, you know, you guys are wonderful, but also Jerry, I don't want to meet your Trek Hawks or your Mercedes or nothing at all anymore. And yes, I did run away from Marty too, but that was the best for me to do, is get away from someone like that, Marty and CJ. So, I just hope one day when they get in my age, and somebody put their butt in the passenger side, time down with the seatbelt, you know what I'm saying, and get on the gas pedal, they're going to feel the same way I felt in that passenger seat, you know. And I was like, I don't want to be next to my sisters and brothers by being in that passenger seat, because that's what it felt like in my heart. I lost a little touch of air, you know. I'm sitting there trying to breathe a little bit, trying to get it in, you know. And I didn't want to show him to think that I was a chicken. I was afraid. I was trying to show him that I could take it. But I couldn't. No. I couldn't. So I showed my true colors, and no, Jerry just could not take it, guys. So I'm just gonna relax as much as I can. I hope I can get up in the morning this time and go to work. If I can't, I'm gonna have to just take some time off. I only had 2 more days to go to work, and I need them 2 days. But when I get in that box truck, guys, trying to deliver them lunches to the school, it's just gonna bring back memories. If I can hear the pipes in the back sound like doolies, it's just gonna bring back memories. And what's gonna happen? They're not gonna get their lunches on time. Lost with Jerry done jumped out and sitting on the side of the truck trying to see is it gonna take off by itself or what. So I don't want that to happen. But I want to make sure my kids out there get their lunches on time and their breakfast, But I couldn't do it this morning. I couldn't get in my own truck and pull away because I heard loud noise on the streets when I got get ready to go. And I'm like, no, it's not going to happen, Jerry. Turn it off. Go back in the house and relax. And I did. And I had to call the bosses and let them know. CJ on 32 Truck Hawks fucked me up. Yeah. They fucked me up bad. They fucked me up bad, man. So no, I don't want to watch the videos. I watched maybe 3 seconds of his video and I turned it off. I said, no, too many memories. But it's okay, guys. It's okay. But I'm going to get off of here because I need to go back and sit up in the bed, put my head against the wall, and don't shut my eyes. So I got some tape in my room. I can just tape my eyes and keep them open at all times, And trying to think about something good than thinking of something that's going to mess me up. So lucky the stomach is feeling okay. They haven't dropped anything at all. But I can feel a little tension going on down there. You know what I'm saying? I can feel a little tension down there. And I can feel like there's some air trying to pull my stomach back down in my head. So I'm going to have to find a way and tape that off too. Keep it from trying to pull it in, And I have to tape everything up, So, yeah, I got some duct tape in there somewhere. I can find some and just duct tape the booty hole, keep from trying to suck my stomach down in my ass. It's not going to work. And that's what it felt like. It felt like everything just went boom. And then when it went boom, when I walked away from CJ from his car, y'all didn't see me walking away because my legs was like, bam, this tight, and I'm trying to walk faster to the car. But the faster I walked, the more it kept on getting down in there, And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute here. Slow down, Jerry. Open up your legs a little bit, but it just won't work, But maybe I needed some of that Johnson oil, you know what I'm saying? Johnson oil or something, Maybe I could have bought a bottle of that, and maybe that could have just helped me slide back up, But I didn't want to call Diddy in jail, But, I don't want to call him about that. I just needed some of that baby oil. If I get my stomach out my ass, man, I could just squirt it down my back. It could have just rolled down in there some kind of way or something, Could have bought me one of them little plungers, and just sit there and do this with it, unplunge it, and just to open it up, just to get my stomach back up. That way I didn't have to drink no vegetable oil. But the cooking oil just had my stomach all jacked up, you know what I'm saying? Spitting out, coming out watery and not water, but it came out more like cooking grease, but it wasn't boiling, but it was coming out. And I said, man, my pull-ups will not work with this. So I need to double pad the diapers around me from keeping from leaking out inside my pants. Yeah, but I apologize to that Marty, man. But he didn't do anything. But just by looking at him, It was like looking at a leprechaun, and it was like bringing back memories with him. Because I saw Marty pull out the car wash doing donuts in the middle of the street. I'm like, this crazy mother man, when he pulled in, he gonna talk about, hey, Losu Jerry, get in the car with me. Ding, 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 hello. You think I'm stupid? No, I'm not getting in the car with you. I don't think so. Marty, I had to stoop down low, look in the car, see Marty zoom way down in the seat. So how am I getting in the car with you? You can't see over the steering wheel, but you're doing donuts in the middle of the street. That's not happening with me. No, I want to be. No, I want to be in the car with you. Nope, nope, nope. Anybody with a soup car, I'm not getting in the car with them. If you got a little cheap hoopty, whatever, then I get in the car with you because I know them cars is not gonna do wheelies. I know they're not gonna make a lot of noise. I know they're not gonna lift up in the air and take off like a plane. Then I'm good. Because back in them days, I used to burn my tires in my 98 Oldsmobile 4-door. I do donuts in that car all the time. During the wintertime, that was the best time doing donuts in the wintertime. No problem. And I remember doing burnouts, and I did get pulled over by the cops, but I didn't get a ticket. He just said, you don't have any license, you got to leave the car here, you got to walk home. And my parents had to go back and get my car. They got my car. I turned around and got my license when I turned, 27? Because I didn't want to go out and flunk the test on driving. Because I got kicked out of the class at Central. I ended up wrecking the thing inside the computer thing on the screen, whatever it was. So, hell, I wrecked that, but they kicked me out of that class. So, back then, we couldn't afford for somebody to train me how to drive, and stuff like that. But I needed my license. So, my mother took me in. She was like, go in there and get your driver's license and pass that test. Don't come out until you pass that test. So, they gave you 3 chances to pass that test. Went in there and passed it on the first time. Came out, showed my driver's license. You know what I'm saying? At that time, we was getting the plastic license, driving license, so we didn't have no paper. We ended up getting the whole damn thing. So she took me home and everything, and went in her room and came back out. She signed the title and gave me the title to me, so the car was mine. Man, that was the best thing a mother could ever do for her son. She gave me that car, and after that, pretty much when I was working and stuff, I was giving her half of my check. But I did not know the queen was saving all that money every time I went to work and gave her my money, just to help her out, whatever. She saved that money. And when she passed away, she left me a note and let me know where the money was at. And I did not know she saved all that money. Broke my heart. So Losu Jerry went out and bought some pearls for his mama. And now end up burying her with those pearls. And I still have the key to her casket because when I locked it up, I stayed there until they put it in the ground. And when they covered her up, I was out there every day to make sure they did not tamper around with her gravesite. No problem. So I know my mother still had those pearls with her. So, but one thing about this, guys, be careful out there. Y'all got to pray for Lawsuit Jerry, guys. Y'all got to pray for him because I got to get over this. Got to get over this. But I still love CJ, guys. I always love CJ. Marty Mark, Pops, Catfish Corner, Rail to Rail, Stunner Reese, you know what I'm saying? Big Boo J, Queen Tay, I love you guys out there, but I will not never get in the car with you guys again. I stand across the street and look over with some monoculars, and I cannot do it. I'm afraid. Until I get over that fear, maybe I'll take a 2-step or maybe a step in the street, and I can look over and see you that way, you know what I'm saying? Once I get closer, then everything is okay. But right now, it's like a 10 feet away, you know what I'm saying? Or I park on the other side, so I want to look over the fence and just looking through it with some binoculars. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. But I got to get better, guys. I got to get better. So I got to get back in here and take my temperature gauge, guys. My temperature again and making sure I'm okay. The heart is okay, but the heart wasn't feeling good at first, but I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to find something to eat right quick maybe I can hold it down by only eat a teaspoon, not too much, because I don't want nothing getting down up in there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm good. But anyway, don't forget to hit the notification bell for also Jerry. Like the video. Um, Comments. I pretty much don't care, but I gotta get over this, guys. But I appreciate you guys out there. I really do. And I'll catch y'all next time, maybe. Maybe I go to a dealership that sells station wagons or something, you know, 2 cylinders or something like that. Maybe I can get over that fear some kind of way. You know, maybe I gotta find something. But it won't be one of those. But it's gonna be a little station wagon or something. Because I can't do those cars. But I'll see y'all next time, guys. Be safe out there. Peace.